I no believe say no you dare talk like this. Chike, after everything way I do for you. Adoma stood under the tree by her food joint, her fingers trembling as she held the glossy white wedding invitation. The name on it stabbed her chest harder than any insult could. Chike Bena and Ngozi Williams cordially invite you. She laughed, but it wasn't joy, it was the kind of laugh that sounded like it wanted to cry. Her best friend, Janello, stood beside her, eyes wide. Adoma, wetin be this? You sure say no your Chike. Ada didn't answer, her lips were dry, her throat locked. She sat on the wooden bench beside her food stand and stared at the invitation again. She remembered when she was the one dreaming of wedding cards and lace gowns. When Chike used to hold her close and whisper, "Not only you I go marry." Now he was marrying someone else. And worse, he had the nerve to invite her like say nothing. Adoma, Chinello said, touching her shoulder gently. You go just sit down here. We fit go find AM talk this thing through. Adoma's lips finally moved. I trained this boy from scratch. Nello, I feed AM, clothe AM, sponsor him school. I know even write JMB because I used the money pay him own. And now he would marry another woman. She tore the card in half, then tore it again, until her hand shook and the pieces fell to the sand. I swear to God, she said in a voice barely above a whisper, Chike go regret this. And that was the beginning. Adoma met Chike the year her father died. She was 17, life had just started beating her hard. Her papa's sudden death left her mama weak and broken. Her younger siblings looked up to her for food, for hope, for answers she didn't have. So, Adoma started frying akara. She'd wait before sunrise, soak the beans, blend it at the junction, and stand by the roadside frying and smiling at passers-by. People liked her akara, some liked her smile more. That was how Chike noticed her. He had just finished secondary school and passed WAEC. His parents were struggling. His father was a drunk and his mother sold pepper. Chike always wore one shirt and his school sandals were patched twice. One evening, he sat beside his stand, head in hands, looking like the world had pressed him down. Ada, he said, I passed WAEC, but JA&B. I no get money for that one. She looked at him, really looked. Behind the tired face, she saw fire, the kind of hunger for a better life that looked just like hers. The next day, she broke her clay-saving box. That money was meant to buy her a new umbrella for her stand, but instead, she gave it to Chike. Take, go register for JA&B. Make this dream no die. He looked at her like she was magic. You go do this for me? Ada just smiled. We day hustle together. If you blow tomorrow, now all of us blow. That day, something started, something strong, something Ada thought would last forever. From that day, Adoma became more than just a food seller. She became a sponsor, a girlfriend, a dream builder. Chike got into university in Enugu. She was the one who paid for the transport, bought him provisions, gave him the little she could save. Sometimes she went to bed hungry just so he could eat. He would come back during holidays and help her at the akara stand. He called her my Ada money and sometimes promised that one day she would never have to fry akara again. I go make you proud, he always said. Their love was simple, pure, built on shared suffering and silent hopes. But Ada was giving more than love. She was giving her future. She had dreams too, but those dreams took second place. If Chike succeeded, then it meant they both did. That's what she believed. She once tried to take a tailoring course, but when Chike's school fees increased, she gave up the idea. Everything she had went into building him. People warned her, Adoma, no be every boy way, you help go remember you tomorrow. But she trusted him. I know Chike, he no fit do me dirty. She was wrong. After NYSC, Chike got a job in Lagos. It wasn't big money, but it was something. Adoma was proud. She even borrowed money from a cooperative to buy him new shirts and a cheap phone. At first, he called every night. They talked, laughed, made plans. But with time, his calls became short, then rare, then cold. Ada, I go call you back. He never did. When she complained, he told her he was busy. That Lagos life was hard, that he was tired. She tried to understand, she always did. But deep down, something wasn't right. He stopped visiting for holidays. He would say, the office no give leave, or I day work weekend. The worst was when she called and heard a female voice in the background. "Who be that?" she asked. "Not colleague," he replied too fast. Ada wanted to believe him, but her heart was already bleeding. Still, she waited. Still, she hoped, until the invitation came. The card was neat, expensive, rich with gold print. Chika Bina Weds Ngozi Williams. Ada read it again. She thought it was a joke, maybe someone with the same name. But no, it was her Chike. Her Chike, who once ate her leftover akara. Her Chike, who slept on the mat in her mother's house. Now he was marrying someone else, and not just anyone, a UK returned lady from a rich political family. People said the girl was beautiful, classy, full package. Ada was none of those things, just a girl who sold food and wore an 500 slippers from the market. Ada broke down that day. She didn't cry in public, she waited till night. When everyone slept, she went behind the house and wept until her voice disappeared. Her dreams, her love, her sacrifice, gone just like that. She didn't wait for answers. She bought transport to Lagos the next morning with the last money in her account. She found Chike's office, waited outside. When he came out, he froze. "Ada, not true, you day marry another woman?" Chike looked uncomfortable. He scratched his head, avoided her eyes. "Ada, I know fit explain." "Try," she said, voice shaking. He sighed. "Things change. I change. Life change." She stared at him like he was a stranger. "After everything I do for you, not like this you pay me back." He looked away. "I get plans for my life. Ada, we no day the same level again." That broke her. Right there, in the middle of Lagos Road, Adoma's heart turned to stone. She returned to Abosi empty. No money, no hope, no love. She couldn't sleep, couldn't eat. Her siblings watched her with fear. Her mother cried in secret. "Adoma, don't break." Mama begged, "We need you." One morning, Ada sat under the mango tree behind their house and looked at the sky. She spoke quietly. "God, I no kill person. I give everything I get. Why you allow this thing happen to me?" There was no answer, just silence. But something inside her shifted. She wiped her tears. She stood up. "I no go die here. I go rise." And that was the day Adoma chose to fight back. She started small. Turned her akara stand into a full food spot. She borrowed a small loan, painted the stall, added jollof rice, beans, moi. People came, they liked the taste, they liked the new Ada. She went online and posted pictures. She used TikTok to share cooking tips. A video went viral, her flipping akara while dancing to a trending song. Followers came, then orders, then investors. Within 6 months, Ada's kitchen became a household name in Anambra. Pain had become fire. Fire had become power. One hot afternoon, a sleek car stopped in front of her shop. Chike stepped out. She almost didn't recognize him. He looked tired, older, not as confident. He walked slowly, holding his phone like someone unsure. "Ada." She didn't smile. "Why you day here?" He rubbed his hands together. "I hear say you blow. I ... I just when say sorry." Ada chuckled. "Sorry no be food. Sorry no be rent. I made mistake," he whispered. "You made choice," she corrected. He looked down. She looked away. And that was the last time she saw him. Adoma was no longer just a local cook. She became a speaker, a mentor, a voice. She spoke at women events, taught young girls how to turn pain into purpose. She opened 3 more restaurants. TV stations called, bloggers interviewed her. But she never forgot where she came from, or who tried to break her. People asked her about Chike. She always smiled and said, he was part of the story, but he no be the end. Colour came into her life quietly. He was an investor from Port Harcourt, calm, soft-spoken, but sharp. He ate at her place one day and was impressed. He called her, "Your brand is strong. I want help you expand." At first, she didn't trust him. She was still healing. But Kalu wasn't in a hurry. He showed up, supported her dreams, never pressured. Slowly, Adaoma began to trust again. Kalu was different. He listened. He remembered small things. He respected her hustle. One night, after a business launch, he held her hand. "I know no wetin that boy do way make I am leave a diamond. But me, I see gold." Adaoma smiled, the kind that touched her soul. She didn't reply. But that night, her heart opened again. Just small, but enough. He proposed in the most unexpected way. Not in Lagos, not in Dubai, but under the same mango tree behind her house, where she once cried alone. I want marry strength. I want marry peace. I want marry you. Tears dropped from Adoma's eyes. This time, not pain. Joy. It was simple but beautiful. Ada's gown was local lace, handmade by village women she trained. Food was from Ada's kitchen. Guests came from everywhere. Social media buzzed. Adoma the Akara Queen is now a wife. And in one hotel room in Lagos, Chike watched it live. His marriage to Ngozi had ended. His job gone. He sat alone, phone in hand, eyes on the screen. And tears fell. Life had come full circle. Adoma, once rejected and marked, had become the woman of her dreams. She didn't need revenge. Her success was loud enough. As she held her baby boy in her arms 1 year later, she whispered, "For every girl who gave too much, your time go come." And the wind, as if agreeing, whistled through the mango tree, carrying her words to the world.